this is generally, I mean, outside of extremely complicated plastic surgery, it's non-reversible. And I'm not even sure that with, I mean, would you have to get a penis donor in order to really get the proper effect returned of having a foreskin? And can they even connect to those nerve endings? I mean, this is an irreversible thing. So the next one on the arguments for, which we actually already touched on, which was penile cancer prevention. But penile cancer affects only one in about 100,000 older men and is related to sexual behavior and has nothing at all to do with whether or not you're circumcised. We've covered the claims of lower risk of sexually transmitted diseases. The study, you know, if I'd done this show 2 years ago, I'd have said there's no evidence at all that this is helping with anything. In 2006 and 2007, there was this huge study done. Huge probably isn't the best word. It's probably the largest study of its kind that studied circumcised and uncircumcised men in Kenya and Uganda whose partners, whose wives, because this was all about heterosexual sex, were HIV positive. And they provided them all with condoms, and then they did a study. And the results, which I don't want to overly chuck the study. There are problems with results, but it's still a decent study. It was significant enough to convince the World Health Organization and the United Nations Council on AIDS Prevention to encourage Kenya to look into male circumcision as a prophylactic measure against the spread of HIV. The study is far from perfect, and a better study would be, let's actually have people who are using condoms and using them properly in those situations, and then figure out whether or not there's a significant difference between circumcised and uncircumcised prevalence of transmission. Because the other thing that good medical studies show is that a condom is the single best preventative measure you're ever going to find. And once, for those of you who aren't familiar with penises or condoms, once you put the condom on your penis, it really doesn't matter too much anymore whether you were circumcised or not. You've dipped it in latex. You're covered. So I'd like to see a study that actually shows that despite proper condom use and cleaning, that uncircumcised men are significantly less likely, or significantly more likely. As a reminder, they put it up on the screen there because I haven't mentioned it. We're going to El Arroyo after the show. We're off here in like 2 minutes exactly. And we'll be down there around 5 o'clock till 7. Any atheist or atheist-friendly person is welcome to join us. You don't have to be a member to attend. If you're coming down to preach, proselytize, provoke, or punch, please don't. You can email TV@atheist-community for your discussions, or you can call in. We'll be back on again next week. I want to mention this ahead of time, as normal. You can call in then if you didn't get through or you had problems with your phone. The gentleman who called earlier, if you had another point to make, you're free to call in next week as well. There are a number of good sites where you can go to get information about this subject. Mm-hmm. I don't know. We don't really have a quick and easy way of getting the links up. Did you have a closing remark that you want to make real quick? Because we've got a minute, and I've got a couple things to get to.
No, just that we've had this barbaric procedure perpetuated just because of ignorance and superstition. And the last thing I would say is that when it comes to circumcision, the more you know, the worse it is.
Yeah. But it is everybody's personal decision. Our primary goal is to get information out, to let you know that there's no medical justification for routine neonatal circumcision. Go do the information and the research for yourself. Don't take our word for it. Be a skeptic. Go find out. Thanks to our crew and everybody here. As a note, for those of you who were concerned about Florida's academic freedom bill, it is dead. We'll probably talk more about that and a lot of other things, including Ben Stein's comments that science leads to killing people. You complete moron. You are one of the most offensive people who has ever walked the planet. Thanks for tuning in to The Atheist Experience. We'll be back again next week. You can email, you can stop by the website, and don't forget to listen to the Nonprofits next week. We'll be live from 2 to 3. You can join in the chat room. We'll see you then. Thanks to Jennifer for